Guys, we all aware of several wars occurred in this world in the past centuries. Between the countries, between different communities, between people. But have you heard about a war between birds and humans? Have you heard about Unsinkable Sam? Who is he and why he named like this? I'm going to reveal this information behind these two unknown facts. Watch the video without skipping for detailed information. The Great Emu War. The Great Emu War of 1932 was a unique event that took place in Western Australia. While commonly referred to as a war, it was not an armed conflict between nations, but rather a series of military operations aimed at controlling the population of the bird emu that was causing significant agricultural damage. In the aftermath of World War I, many Australian veterans were struggling to make a living. The Australian government, as part of its post-war policy, offered these veterans land in Western Australia, performing an attempt to support their reintegration into civilian life. However, the region was hit hard by the Great Depression, and the veterans faced numerous challenges, including poor soil quality and harsh environmental conditions. As a result, in early 1930s, many birds, predominantly the emus, began to move closer to human settlements in search of food and water. The emus, in particular, posed a significant threat due to their large population and destructive feeding habits. A large number of emus had migrated to the region in search of food and water. Due to the extended drought, the emus began damaging crops, particularly the wheat fields, which were the vital source for struggling farmers' livelihoods. The birds trampled the crops, destroying fences, and caused severe economic losses, exacerbating the veterans' plight. In November 1932, the Western Australian government decided to intervene and assist the farmers. They organized a military operation to cull the emu population and limit the damage caused to the crops. Major G.P.W. Meredith of the Royal Australian Artillery was tasked with leading the operations, and he was supported by a small team of soldiers armed with Lewis machine guns. The soldiers set out to hunt down the emus. However, they quickly discovered that emus were not easy targets. Despite the initial confidence held by the military, the emus quickly demonstrated their remarkable adaptability and intelligence. The birds dispersed across the vast and inhospitable Australian outback, making it extremely challenging for the soldiers to locate and engage them effectively. The first encounter between the armed forces and emus were far from successful. The birds, being fast runners and highly agile, easily evaded the machine gun fire and scattered before they could be targeted. Moreover, the extreme heat and rough terrain made it challenging for the soldiers to maintain their steady aim, further impeding their progress. The emus, sensing danger, quickly became cautious and adapted a defense strategy of splitting into small groups and scattering. They were frequently running different directions, making it difficult for the soldiers to chase and contain them effectively. The military's attempts to drive the emus into valleys or tight spaces were largely unsuccessful, as the birds could easily soar over fences and disrupt the planned tactics. Despite the initial setbacks, the government decided to make a second attempt at culling the emus later that year. This time, the soldiers were more successful, managing to kill a significant number of emus. As the campaign progressed, public sentiments and media attention grew. Reports of emus fearlessly charging the soldiers, pecking at them, and even damaging the military vehicles began to circulate, creating a sense of unease and curiosity among the Australian people. The emus earned a reputation as resilient and formidable force, causing the government initially confident stand on the campaign to waver. After several weeks of inclusive, skirmishes, and mounting public pressure, the government chose to withdraw the troops. The cost of ammunition, the logistical challenges operating in remote areas, and the public ridicule all contributed to this decision. The outcome of the Great Emu War was a definitive victory for the emus. Their adaptability, agility, and ability to outmaneuver the human soldiers made it clear that they were not easily defeated. In the end, the emus' resilience and resourcefulness prevailed over the military might of humans. The Great Emu War shed light on the intelligence and remarkable survival instinct of emus. The conflict sparked scientific interest in studying these birds and understanding their behavior. It also paved the way for more humane and environmental sustainability methods of dealing with wildlife conflicts in Australia. The Great Emu War of 1932 was a unique and bizarre conflict between birds and humans. While it may seem humorous, in retrospect, it captured the attention of economic hardship. Despite the military's effort, the emus emerged victorious, demonstrating their adaptability and resilience. The war ultimately ended without a clear winner, but it remains an intriguing chapter in Australian history, serving as a reminder of the unpredictable and sometimes unconventional outcome that can arise in conflicts between humans and the natural world. Unsinkable Sam. Unsinkable Sam, also known as Oscar, was a legendary black and white cat who achieved fame for surviving not one but 3 shipwrecks during World War II. His remarkable story is a testament to luck, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of survival. Simon was a black and white cat born in the spring of 1941 in Hong Kong, which was a British territory at that time. He began his life as a stray cat living in the streets near the British Royal Navy Naval Base in Hong Kong. During the Japanese occupation of Hong Kong in December 1941, Simon was found and taken in by the crew of German U-boat U-111. He quickly became a beloved companion to the German sailors, who affectionately referred him as Kleiner Greuer, which is nothing but Little Grey. He started as a ship's cat of aboard on Nazi ship Bismarck, one of the most powerful warships of that time. In May 1941, during the Battle of Denmark Strait, the Bismarck engaged in fierce naval battle with the British Royal Navy, which was sunk by the British ship HMS Cossack in 1941. The British crew found the cat floating on a board hours after the ship sank, took him aboard, and named him Oscar. Oscar became the honorary member of the crew aboard the HMS Cossack. Later, in 1942, the Cossack sank after being hit by a torpedo launched by a German U-boat, killing 159 crew members. Oscar survived again and was rescued along with the remaining crew members, given the name of Unsinkable Sam, alias Simon, in honor of the British cat mascot of HMS Simon, a ship that was sunk earlier in the war. Sam then transferred to the aircraft carrier HMS Ark Royal, where he would once again encounter a disaster. In November 1941, the Ark Royal was torpedoed by a German U-boat in the Mediterranean Sea. Believed to be dead, Sam was once again found floating on a piece of wreckage and was brought to safety by sailors from the HMS Legion. With the sinking of Ark Royal, it became evident that Sam had an uncanny ability to outlive the most catastrophic event. His resilience and good luck have made him one of the most famous cats in naval history. After the war, Sam was brought to the UK and lived out the rest of his days at the home of his last human caretaker, Lieutenant Commander George West. Sam passed away in 1951, but his story and legend have lived on. Simon's bravery and endurance had immortalized him as a symbol of resilience and companionship that animals can offer during times of war and hardship. His story has been remembered and celebrated for decades, serving as a testament to the unique bond between humans and animals, even in the most challenging circumstances. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe my channel for more videos. Thank you.